is Robert Brooks. The class is Java 1. The term is 1502. And this is my Week 3 Advanced Views Project 3 walkthrough video. First thing I'm going to do is go do a quick overview of my application. This is my application on my device here. I am going to launch the application. You'll see the first thing that happens when you launch the application is it shows the spinner view of my list here, and I have, this is the top grossing tours of the 1990s from musicians. You have 5 options here, the top 5, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, U2, and Michael Jackson. So you can select any of these and it will populate the text view, detail view below it with the following information: the artist, tour name, tour gross. All these are from a custom Java or .java file which has methods and setters and what happens, and I'll show you a little bit more of this when I do my code later, but what happens is it populates an array list which then populates an adapter view. When you go into landscape mode here, you'll notice that it changes from a spinner view to a list view here. And it does the same thing when you click on them. It populates the detail view above it, the text view above it. And then when you put it back into advanced views, it will, or put it back into portrait, it will go back to the spinner, and it will go back and forth. So, and that's pretty much it for the application. Let me show you a little bit in the code here. So first thing we'll do is look at the tour Java or tourinfo.java, which is my custom data file. We do the member variables, the class constructor, the method here for tourinfo. We set the artist equal to the arguments being passed into the method. And then here's my getter and setter methods, where I am getting the tour gross, setting the tour gross, getting the artist name, setting the artist, getting the tour name, and setting the tour name. Then, if you go to main activity, I have my variables listed up here for my spinner view and list view and text view, my array list collections, or just one array list now, and a private Boolean initial run, which I'll get into a little bit later. So as far as the data source, I have an adapter view that is populated by an array list of the information. The array list gets populated here in my set tour list function. So it populates the custom object first with the data based on these arguments here, and then it populates the array list. It adds the objects to the array list. Then the next thing that we do is we set our list views based on the information. We set our list views based on the information that is in the array list, which is populated by the custom objects, and they each have 3 pieces of data associated with them. So each object has three points of data, 3 strings associated with all of them. So then we populate the detail view with based on the selection or based on the position of the selected item from the list view or spinner view, which is based on the mtour array list, and we populate it from there. So I definitely there was a lot of hard parts with this project, but I would say the hardest part was actually figuring out the landscape or in orientation implementation, which I ended up doing with this check using the get configuration method from the get resources, where you can check and see if the orientation is either landscape or portrait, and then run the functions which are right here for layout and then portrait. So that was definitely the hardest part. It took the longest to figure out. Definitely challenging, but I really look forward to next week. Thank you very much.